Black and White Network. We are back with another video. We're going to be talking about Joe Rogan yet again. As you guys know, Joe Rogan bent the knee to the woke mob. Now, guys, I'm a fan of Joe Rogan. I listen to Joe Rogan every now and then. Can't get through his whole entire show because, you know, we're running these channels and his episodes are like 3-4 hours long. But I do try to listen to his clips here on YouTube. Okay. I was very disappointed in him when he apologized. That was a big mistake by him. And I believe a lot of people have actually come out and said, you have nothing to apologize for. Now, me as a black man, was I offended by Joe Rogan using the N-word? No, because I understand the context in which he was actually using it. He wasn't calling any black person the N-word. But, you know, these super woke lefties out there, it's not enough for them. They don't want to understand any of this. They really don't. They want Joe Rogan wiped away from every social media platform. And Joe Rogan is going to have to understand that the mob, they don't care about him. They don't like him at all. They don't. And if you listen, you know, to the mainstream media, a bunch of leftists, they're going to tell you that Joe Rogan is far right or something like that. No, he's not. Joe Rogan is a lefty. Let's be clear about that. He is a lefty. OK, but he's just not woke. And to the left, they want you to not only be on the left, you also must be woke. And you see, that's why you're seeing these just common sense thinking left people getting canceled like a Joe Rogan. Now, Andrew Yang also voiced his support for Joe Rogan. Andrew Yang is not really woke, but he's definitely a lefty. I mean, this guy really believes in socialism, but he's not woke, not super woke, I should say. But anyway, Joe Rogan, big mistake, man. Don't apologize. You had nothing to apologize for. And somebody that agrees with me on this is President Trump. President Trump has come out and pretty much echoed the same thing that we're saying about Joe Rogan. Check this out. On the New York Post, Trump tells Joe Rogan to stop apologizing during Spotify podcast saga. He's right about this. Let's read some of this here. Former President Donald Trump said Joe Rogan should stop apologizing to lefty lunatics amid his ongoing Spotify podcast controversy. Quote, Joe Rogan is an interesting and popular guy, but he's got to stop apologizing to the fake news and radical left maniacs and lunatics, Trump said in a statement Monday night. How many ways can you say you're sorry? Joe, just go about what you do so well and don't let them make you look weak and frightened, he added. That's not you, and it will never be. He is right about that. He's right about that. I mean, once you apologize one time to these woke people, you already know it will never be enough. Because if they're going to find other stuff about Joe Rogan, trust me, that compilation video of Joe Rogan using the N-word, they're going to use that against him time and time and time again in the future. It will never be enough. Never. If it isn't the N-word, they're going to find something else. You know, first it was the actual medical disinformation that they believe he was actually putting out there. Even though Joe Rogan, he just likes to have conversations on both sides of the aisle. Now, if you have watched his podcast, he's had right-wing people, left-wing people, but to the left, man, they only want an echo chamber. So when he had Dr. Robert Malone on there, the left went crazy, absolute crazy, because they didn't agree with what Dr. Robert Malone had to say. Even though, you know, the left says we're supposed to believe the science, trust the science, they say. No, they just want you to trust narratives. That's it. Joe Rogan's not a racist. Joe Rogan just likes to engage in conversation. And I believe conversation is very, very important, guys. If not, we're going to end up like a place like North Korea or communist China where you don't have free speech. And it's clear as day The left wants to silence anybody that disagrees with them. This is right out of the socialist communist playbook. We're supposed to have freedom of speech, but you even have the White House, Mr. Biden, his administration. He wants Spotify and Big Tech to crack down more on censorship. In other words, they want you silenced if you disagree with them. This is a problem, folks. This is really, really a problem, because now even your government is infringing on your First Amendment rights of freedom of speech. And now they're going to want to go out there and paint Joe Rogan as some type of a racist, some type of a white supremacist. And we know that is not how Joe Rogan is. He's not like that. And Joe Rogan, his reach is across both sides of the political spectrum. People on the right like him. There's still people on the left that like him, but the woke leftists despise him. They absolutely despise him. And man, he has to stop apologizing. Joe Rogan, take the advice of President Trump. You have to know that these woke lunatics want you wiped off the face of the planet. Now, maybe Joe Rogan is still kind of institutionalized, because he is from the People's Republic of California. And think of this, Joe Rogan. Why did you leave California? Because it was getting crazy over there. The leftists, the socialists, they were out of control. Look at how California is. Now you're over here in the free state of Texas. I said it before. If you people from California want to come over here to Texas, leave your politics over there. Leave it over there. Don't come over here and start voting for the same thing that you left. I believe that Elon Musk is starting to understand that. I mean, the left, they hate Elon Musk. Elon Musk, as far as I can remember now, he's not bending the knee to them. He's not bending the knee to the woke mob. He's went after Elizabeth Warren. He's went after AOC. But to see Joe Rogan get kind of weak like this, boy, that was a hard thing to watch, man. It was a hard thing to watch. And Joe Rogan is a comedian too, by the way. He's pretty funny. But I believe he also hurt comedians in that way too. But Joe Rogan has the biggest reach in the world. He is so powerful, man. Look at what happened with Getter. Joe Rogan said he was joining Getter, and the amount of people that just followed him over there, it exploded Getter. Now, if you're Joe Rogan, you know that not Spotify, but Rumble reached out to him. They want to give you $100 million to go over to Rumble and not have you censored. Those 100 episodes that Joe Rogan's on Joe Rogan's podcast that got removed from Spotify, guess what? That was Joe Rogan that removed that. That is him bending the knee to the woke mob. Don't do that. Don't do that. It will never be enough. And these woke people, Joe Rogan, they don't listen to your show anyway. They don't, because these people don't like engaging in conversation. So that was a huge mistake by Joe Rogan. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, President Trump tells Joe Rogan to stop apologizing to the fake news and these woke lunatics. He's right on the money. He is absolutely right on the money. Can you guys imagine President Trump apologizing to the mob? That would never happen. It would never, ever happen. And that's why I have a lot of respect for Donald Trump. Joe Rogan, I still like you, man. But, man, you're going to have to stop bending the knee to these woke losers, because that's what they are. They are woke losers. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.